Okay, so I prepared a new flag, of course, United States of America, which will be placed in a harmful place besides their protege. Besides, as you see, the United States is not completely black because, unlike Israel, it will not be completely destroyed, but it will be destroyed, even annihilated, but not to the last human being. In Israel, nothing will stay. Nothing. I mean, not one human being will stay alive in Israel. So now, let's continue with our quest. But today we will combine our research interests with the symbolic plagues that are currently lying, or about to materialize on the world. So I understood that it must be the water and or the toilet paper that is poisoned with all the germs. So I have some water here, old water here that I used for the research, and also toilet paper that I take for, and I place the water here. Well, just a second. First, let's perhaps a scientific edition should be added here. I mean, it's not that important to speak about it now. It's of immense intellectual interest and possibly practical interest, but it's not the time and place. I would say that there is a question of how exactly the Neros remember the creatures that they fought with, or possibly it's not. They saw other Neros fighting them. But maybe they witnessed the battle but didn't fight, or maybe they fight. It doesn't really matter. So how could we remember? But it's a difficult question. But one way to, they have some kind of memory. Otherwise, art would not be possible. But if it was a long-term memory, like for I don't know, for months or years, I don't know if this is physically possible. Then you can claim that. They remember it because they remember it from the time that I still was sick. A few months ago. And that's how they painted it. But now I'm not sick. It's a long time since I'm sick. And they just painted from their memory. This is extremely impossible physically because we are speaking about creatures in the nanoscale level, or the largest are in the microscale level. But perhaps, I don't know, perhaps the entire science is wrong, and this is in some way possible. Okay. But then again, it's easy to disprove it by taking water samples or other contaminations from this place and to see that it's currently contaminated. So the place is still contaminated. So which is very easy if only anyone wants to do it. So I don't know if anyone wants to do it, but anyway, I'm going to take away with me some samples. But before that, I will say that even if it were true, it still doesn't explain the sheer variety of monsters that we saw upon this horrific cave walls or cave paintings. If I was only contaminated with one STD, the same one that was found in my daughter's body, the one that the government put inside my daughter, because this is the government of Israel, so it's one thing. But if you see such a large variety of germs and viruses, it means that I was contaminated by by someone, which of course is, which of course acts in the benefit of the state of Israel. Yes, this is where I live. Yes, I send my daughters to school, and the school nurse, while she's putting vaccines against standard stuff like tetanus to all the class, she's getting a whisper from the Shabak to jab my daughters with a different syringe, and she do it without question, because there must be a good reason to use a different syringe with the daughters without telling anyone about it. There must be a good reason, otherwise the government wouldn't tell me that, right? This is the state of Israel. This is the state of Israel. Yes. This is the state of Israel. And the Americans encourage it because after so many years that they see that the government lies about me, another test is required. So let's test him again. Let's put him inside the mental institution. Let's see if he's going. Maybe by his own volition he will go to a psychiatrist and admit that everything is true. We just want to push him enough, and he will admit whatever we want eventually. Because this is Inquisition. It's not even the court. It's just a mockery of the court. Anyway, let's get back to science. So we have the contaminated water. We have toilet paper, contaminated water, toilet paper. This will be kept for it will be kept for as evidence for the brutality of the state of Israel. We also have this one, and I already remember the tombstone. Maybe we will open it and close it again just to see what's inside. In a moment, it's not that important now. But anyway, these are the two metaphorical tombstones of Israel. So here I prepared 4 glass petri dishes with the contaminated water and the toilet paper, and these are acrylic colors that I added, just so people will not open it by mistake. And also, another thing is that I put like a relatively large amount of the holy semen, my semen from syringes that I already prepared inside all of each one. I have one syringe with a small amount that I will use now. I'll do the same in this fifth petri dish. The fifth one will not be is not part of what we will save for later. The 4 ones that I want to save for later, as evidence, and also the water in here and the toilet paper. Later today I'll place them inside a clay box. The one that that I prepare for some time, because it's better saved kept in clay, inside clay. Now what I'm going to do now with this one is that I will going to prepare very similar to what's already here. Put the piece of toilet paper and some of the water, and also I'll add a relatively small amount of my semen, because I want, not as big as the ones in here, and then I will seal it with silicone, and then I will use it as an experiment. I will charge. I will connect it to my newly invented Nero charger, and see how it goes. If the theory that which was not proven yet, that charging them with electricity makes them operate faster and or more efficiently or in any way better, then we are going to see 2 things. First, the petri dish will be full. It will not be. It's not a cartoon. It's not going to happen in a second. But in a couple of hours, or maybe possibly one day, we are going to see that the entire petri dish is filled with horrific wall painting graffiti of all sorts of germs and viruses. But since they work so hard and they will be imbued with electricity, and we know that they do not only paint, they also make replicas. We saw that. The slide with the legs of the spines of the fly, that what we saw, these were not painting. These were the real thing. They do not only paint, they also recreate the real thing. So what I expect to see, if the theory is correct, and if I will apply electricity in a correct manner, which seems to be not trivial. I'm struggling with that for a couple of days. As you see, I tried different options. So it's not. It might be that the theory is correct of how to imbue them with electrical charge, but I do not know how to apply it right. So I will continue doing experiments. But if both the theory is correct and my application will be correct, then the result should be a very, very quick and sudden feeling. The petri dish will be filled to the brim with all the germs and viruses that the Israelis placed in me.